What's up, guys? Tim Little. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today's video got some early springtime bass fishing out on the water. Gonna be power fishing for these fish. Looking for early pre-spawn big female fish, throwing square bills, chatterbaits, glide baits, underspins, that sort of stuff. Should be a good one. Let's go. All right, guys, so what we got a early spring morning. We got lows, air temps in the mid 30s, but it's supposed to get up to like mid 60s today. So we're gonna have to kill a bunch of layers later on, but gonna be going up shallow, looking at hopefully finding some water temps in the we're looking at like 48, 49. Hopefully we'll get to low 50s later in this afternoon. But pre-spawn fish, looking to power fish, looking to throw a lot of those spring power fishing baits, you know, your chatterbaits, your reds, your ATV square bills, your glide baits, that sort of stuff. But we're gonna be covering water. Got the Ultrex on like 7 or 8, just covering water, looking for those active fish. Bummer. Well, got our first bite and broke off on the hook set. It's not a way you want to start. So guys, what we're doing, we're just burning up shoreline, chucking. That was actually there's the fish. That was an underspin. Been throwing out a chatterbait, a lipless, just covering shoreline, looking for shallower spots that are harder bottom without grass. But that was our first bite. Broke it off. We'll keep going. All right, we're on the board. Fatty on that 5-wire, 5-hooked. Come on. 5 bait, I should say. Obviously, I'm not in Tennessee on the road today, but 5-hooked A-rig. Found ourselves a big school of bait offshore, and the fish are active. Been covering a ton of water, super windy, but finally got one in the boat. Missed that one. All right, guys, so we've ran all over. Basically checked up shallow. Feels like a storm's coming. It got really cold. Had to put the hoodie back on, but found some fish a little bit deeper. Some bait balls. Saw some birds diving. Handful of boats around, but everybody's being super cold, cordial, and cool. But got a nice one already. Just missed that one. See if we can put some more on the boat here.
Oh, you're TacticalBassin! I just now recognized the voice when I was looking down.
Yes, sir. That's why I didn't want to come in too close to you.
Oh, we don't care. Oh, you're filming. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just telling the camera how cool you guys are.
You just don't notice.
Yeah, y'all are right for California.
I know, right?
Yeah. Get back to working. We didn't mean to mess you up.
Oh, you're fine. No, you guys are awesome. What's your name?
I'm Bob. What's up?
Tim Little. Nice to meet you guys.
Good. I'll be down there fishing.
Are you guys heading back home tonight?
Yeah. Now.
Okay.
Hey, we let you come up here and catch one.
What's that?
We told you to come up here and catch one.
I just want to...
Kick your ass. You'll kick your ass out if you don't catch one.
What's that? Guys, so what we got, when that wind picked up, I was looking on the map and I wanted to find a choke point where deep water came next to like a spawning bay. Back here we have a big spawning bay, we got deep water right here, and the wind's blowing into it. Came around the corner and birds are just diving everywhere and fished all through here. The fish are kind of congregated right here in this hole, but there's sparse fish all through here. The bait's right out here. You can see some of these birds diving, but having a blast. It was a slow start, but found some.
Are you TacticalBassin?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
No way.
I'm Tim.
Shut up.
How's it going, guys?
You're kidding me. Like, dude, that's insane, man. Like, dude, I watch you like all the time.
That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Like, I've been sitting here fishing beside you the whole time, but didn't realize you're TacticalBassin. Hey, can I get a picture with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's awesome, man.
See you guys. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, that's good, brother.
I don't know. Could be sideways, foul hook. Could be a drone. Not fast. Another nice one on the rig. That right there, what we're trying to mimic. Little threadfin shad. Guys, it is super windy, so I'm not running around. But another nice one. We'll talk once we get out of that wind. Another nice one. Guys, hopefully the wind's not too bad and you can see all these birds diving. Anytime you can find the bait, a lot of times you can find the bass. Just had to come out here with the trolling motor. Nice one. Nice dude. By those birds diving. Again, hopefully with this mic the wind's okay, but tried a bunch of stuff up shallow. Ran a ton of shoreline. I'll cut a bunch of that stuff out. Kind of had this like overcast storm. It was supposed to be warm. I was thinking like shorts and flip-flops, but instead it's sweats and hoodie. But you find those bait fish, you can find those active fish. I just basically put the trolling motor on high, went to those loons and those white, I don't even know what kind of birds they are, but they're diving over here again. And then just started throwing that A-rig out and just basically letting it sink down 10, 12 foot and just slow rolling it. Twitch, and boom. A lot of fun. All right, so now that we're out of the wind, kind of talk about what I have found. You know, earlier today, I didn't get an early start. It was still fairly cold this morning. Like I said, low 40s, mid 30s, but it warmed up fairly quickly. And so my game plan was to run shallow. My game plan was to look for high spots near deep water access, secondary points near spawning bays, and I just chucking and winding, covering water. Started with that, what did I start with? Started with the chatterbait. You know, you guys know that we love throwing red. That's that jackhammer with that missile bait spunk shad on there. Just chucking and winding. What I found the first area was it was really muddy. It was warmer water, like 50, 51 versus like 48 where I had launched. And just kind of trying to put the puzzle together. I didn't have a lot of pieces. The first curveball that I had was the first area that I stopped on. It was murky, like I said, a little bit warmer water, but there was a ton of like dead grass on the surface. So it made it almost impossible to fish anything with a treble hook, right? I wanted to throw that ATV. Come on. Just throwing that TN70. Again, everything we teach, guys, is just covering water, trying to find where those fish are along that spring transition. You know, where are they at along that process? So I'm just covering water, but it made it really, really hard to throw those baits. So I put those down. Even the jackhammer, even the chatterbait, it was getting caught up in the blades. So I'll probably cut a lot of that stuff out, but I ended up switching over to this guy right here, that swammer, 4.75 swammer on an owner flashy swimmer, and went about an hour and a half, and then got my first bite in like 2.5, 3 foot of water. It was a weird bite, like a like, huh, throw back in there, reel, tong, set, break off. I never saw the fish. It felt pretty good, probably a 3+ pounder, but that got me going down that, okay, the fish are super shallow pattern. And even though I got that puzzle piece, I tried to build on that pattern, running those shallow pockets, and never really ran into any more fish. Now, the one thing that changed was the weather, right? It's completely different than it was earlier this afternoon, earlier, you know, this later morning. It almost got cold again, got like a runny nose. So I was hoping that warmer weather would warm up that water and those fish would start pulling up shallow and we could get them on the square bill, get them on the chatterbait, but just didn't really pan out. And it just kind of goes to show, you know, a lot of our preconceived notions when we get out on the water. I didn't catch them really on a single thing that I planned to catch them on. I ended up finding, you guys will see in that footage, that wind really picked up coming up river, and it really limited the areas that I could fish. But I was looking on the map, you know, I haven't been to this lake in over a year. No, I came here once in the fall, so it's been a while. But I was fishing a part of the lake I never fished before, looking on the map, and I could see that there was a bridge and a long road and riprap with the wind blowing into it. So I ran through there, turned the corner, and then there's just birds diving everywhere. And I'm like, okay, bait's here. So dropped the trolling motor, kind of talked to the guys that were fishing. There was 2 other boats there. They recognized me, which was super cool. If you guys are watching this video, it was great hanging out with you and chatting up with you guys. Appreciate the support, guys. You guys are awesome. But that wind was blowing right in. You know, I'm not sure how well the audio, if you could even hear me or not, but basically I could have ran that riprap with a jerk bait, a spinner bait. Basically that wind was blowing that bait right to that wall, and those fish were right along that wall. I was kind of angled into the wind with the spot lock, and then casting out to those bait balls. And you know, there was some drum mixed in, but there was a lot of nice largemouth in there too. So basically, this guy right here. Now, this isn't something that Matt and I talk a lot about, because most of the areas that we fish in Tennessee, you can't have a 5 hooked rig, right? Normally we have like our tactical mini flex rig has 3 dummies and then 3 hooked baits, but this is just our flex rig 5-wire hooked bait. So, hooked, 5 hooked A rig. So 5 Matt Allen heads, actually those are the screwed up heads, and 5 hooked bait, 5 hooks on there. I don't know why I can't say that, just tongue-tied, I guess. But man, just basically slow rolling this through those bait balls, whether the fish were up on top or down below. I felt like when I got below the bait, I was catching those drum. You guys will see, maybe I'll cut out some of those, but I caught a few drum, quite a few drum. But that really saved my day. And here it is. I had it in the rod locker, but I didn't even have it on the deck this morning, and completely flip-flopped the what I planned to do. But sorry I couldn't really talk during that flurry, during that weather. I knew that the audio would be blown out with the wind, and I knew that those fish were fired up feeding on that bait, and I didn't want to miss that window. But I'm gonna finish out the day again back in a giant cove. Gonna try some secondary points leading into some spawning areas and see if maybe these fish did pull shallow, that were in some of these protected areas, a little bit warmer bays versus out there with that wind that's cold and again super cold. But again, sorry I couldn't really talk through it, but that's kind of what happened. Again, looking for you know, where that wind was blowing into, where I knew that bait would be pushed up to, and it worked out, and that A-rig saved the day. So let's go try a couple more spots and we'll put on the trailer and head home. I want you guys to see what I'm talking about with all this grass. It makes it almost impossible to fish shallow. Get this off here. Check this out. Can't even get a quarter of a cast in without. You guys see this? Makes it almost impossible. Not fun trying to fish the backs of these bays. I don't know if they cut this grass, if they sprayed it, it's dying, but it is as far as you can see, it's all over. But guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. We're gonna put the boat on the trailer. Hope you guys enjoyed coming along today for afternoon out on the water. Had a ton of fun. Again, don't always be narrow-minded when you're out on the water. Fish the conditions you're given for that day, even if it's a technique you weren't planning on throwing, and you'll catch a bunch of fish. So guys, as always, we appreciate the support. If you like this video, learn something from it, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys on the next video.